Hey everybody, welcome to episode 32 of the VHS Bandits. This week we watched Ticks. Let's pop in the tape.
Come get your bags, guys.
This place looks worse than the projects.
It started out small,
It's got measles bumps. It's a tick.
Vampires of the insect world.
a part of Mother Nature's wonder.
What is so inspiring about bugs and insects and snakes?
But then they grew
Don't move. There's something on your back.
Get it off now!
and grew,
Just don't touch it if you don't know what it is. Don't touch it, it attacked me.
unimaginable,
Ticks do not get this big.
unthinkable, unbelievable.
There was a huge fire and a whole bunch of those tick things headed this way.
Where civilization ends, the nightmare begins.
Everybody get upstairs! Go! Go, go, go!
Ticks. It's not nice to mess with Mother Nature.
And now, our feature presentation.
Hey guys, welcome again to episode 32 of the VHS Bandits. I'm the Kevbot. Here with me today is...
Dane Train.
And...
Topher Hansen Train.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
How's
Hey,
it
everybody.
going?
Oh, I feel wonderful after watching this movie with you guys.
Watching Ticks.
Yeah.
We got Topher live on the vid screen.
It's been a little while since we did
beep, beep,
an
beep,
episode.
beep,
It's been
beep,
like,
beep, beep, beep.
I don't know, a month or so, because T-Man was here for a little bit, and we got a couple in the can. And after those, whatever
Yep.
it was, 2 or 3 episodes, now we
Then
got to do them
spent a
again.
month on the can, and here we are
Yeah,
again.
that's right.
So much pooping. So much pooping. So we watched Ticks.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
This mofo
Yeah.
just came in the mail to me yesterday. I got this sucker off of the eBay, and it was one of those deals where the guy put it up for like a best offer, so I gave him
99 cents.
A best offer.
a significantly lower number, and he accepted, and it came with
What
free
was it?
shipping. We're not going to talk about that, but
Just know it
okay.
was the best offer.
it was the best offer. So it's a cut box, and of course, you know me, I love my cut boxes. And actually, so the thing is, T-Man just got Terratunes from Palm Trees and Zombies that he got.
Yeah.
And we were going to watch that, but he couldn't acquire a VCR at his new house yet. So,
Yeah, it's so hard to find a fucking VCR in Los Angeles for some reason, unless you want to pay out the ass for it on eBay or something like that. But all the like secondhand stores, like they have DVD players, Blu-ray players, toasters. That's about it.
what, a
No,
toaster ain't going to do it?
No.
Did you
no,
try
I mean,
Aunt Myers Johnson's?
the maple syrup store? No, I did not try.
Never mind.
Jemima store.
No, Anson Myers Johnson. From Anson Myers
I have
Johnson
no idea what that
Electronics.
is.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
They don't have like VCR
Moving
DVD
on.
players, combos. No.
No, I would have bought one.
Oh, bummer.
Ah, jeez.
Yeah.
Got to go on Craigslist.
So I have a shitload of tapes that I can't watch, and I just went to the Lo-Fi Video VHS swap. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and I
nice.
got some cool shit that I can't watch right now.
How big was that show?
I mean, it was, I don't know compared to the one that you guys went to, but it was in like an art gallery downtown, and there was a couple rooms. There were some special guests, some actors and people like that. But there was a decent amount of vendors. There was a shitload of tapes, I'll tell you that much.
Awesome.
Like how many tables?
Yeah, maybe 10, I want to say.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Around there.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, was a lot of fun.
Sweet. So we got a lot of stuff that we can do in the future.
Yeah.
Sweet. So real quick, what do we have tonight?
McNoo-News!
McNoo-News.
Hey,
Topher had nothing.
I had absolutely nothing.
You didn't have any dinner yet?
It's 4 in the afternoon here.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Time
Of course.
difference.
Right.
You didn't have lunch there?
Not at 4 in the afternoon.
late lunch, early dinner.
You probably just woke up, didn't you?
No.
Okay. I mean, not just now because you watched the movie.
I was asleep during the entire viewing of Ticks.
That's why you were so quiet. So yeah, we got McDonald's, and it was good. They didn't
Get
mess
your
up.
order right? No.
Yeah, it was A-okay. Worked out just fine this time. Actually, I wanted
Did
to
you get
get
a
a chicken
prize?
sandwich, and we went there. And when we got there, I said, "I don't want a chicken sandwich, so I got a burger instead." So.
You did want to get one kind
that's
of
a
pie,
great
and they
story.
didn't have it, right?
Oh yeah, up on the new like electronic menu, they said that they had
Digital pies.
I think it was like raspberry cream or something.
Yeah,
I was like, hey,
but
you
they
got-
had a blueberry cream.
Yeah,
you got
so
that.
I got that. It was pretty good.
Nice.
So
Did
yeah.
they have Worcester cream sauce pie?
Oh, it was like half blueberry, half
Worcester
Worcester cream
cream
sauce.
It was slathered
Oh yeah,
in Worcester cream sauce.
with a nice crunch of that crust with the cream sauce.
Ooh, crunchy cream sauce, my favorite.
Yeah,
was
delicious. And we came to the studio. We watched Ticks.
Yeah.
We did a little live stream. It was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that was our first time. I've been wanting to do that. Where we do a little live stream of us.
This is the
actually
first time
watching
you could get it to work, not your first time attempting it.
Well, that's just because I was using my old phone, which I had trouble connecting to the Wi-Fi here. But my regular
Oh.
phone works just fine on the Wi-Fi. For some reason, it picks it up okay.
But when we
So-
did it on the Wi-Fi, it was totally lagging.
It was
for-
killing the movie, and I couldn't watch any.
Yeah. That's okay.
So that's all right.
Oops.
We watched the movie, and that's what's important. Not you. Your different time zone.
Dane, can you show me the box?
I could show you the box.
Look at that.
Look at that box. All right. How's about if I
like
describe the box to you as well as we see
Please
this?
do that.
So, at the very top of the box, to entice you
I
to
like
rent
the
it,
horror sticker.
it says, "From the director of Hellbound Hellraiser 2," which is
Oh,
my
that's a
favorite of
great
the
movie.
Hellraiser movies.
Yeah.
So you got the teenage girl in distress getting attacked by a giant tick on the cover, and there's ticks all over the place. And then it's a Republic Pictures release, and it tells you who our leads are on the front: Rosalino Allen, Amy Dollins, and Peter Scolari on the front.
Wait, they didn't put Seth Green on there?
They didn't put Seth Green or
What?
Alfonso Ribeiro on the cover.
They were
of this
like the
box.
biggest parts of the movie.
I know.
Oh
And
my
then-
god. And they're like the biggest stars of the movie as
Yeah.
well.
So
Maybe
it's-
they weren't at the time. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think they were yet.
So it says, so I got a nice sweet horror sticker on it. Again, this is a cut box and a white clam. And it says, "Something hungry is about to hatch." And on the back,
Jesus Christ, there it is.
there it is.
Do ticks hatch from eggs?
It seems like
I feel
they're-
like all bugs do.
I
Oh,
really don't
yeah.
know. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention in class about that
In
stuff.
tick class.
If
Tick
this
class.
movie
Yeah.
taught me anything,
I failed tick class.
it's that these things come out of giant, monstrous eggs. They
Like
look
ball
like the
sacks.
eggs from
Big slimy ball sacks.
Poultrygeist.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, you're right.
I thought they were larvae at first, but I guess not. So
Mm.
They're almost like face huggers.
yeah. So on the back of the box it says ticks again, and then you got a picture of
With a T.
yeah, big floppy ticks. So you got guy and girl kissing and sucking face while you have
Potato ticks.
potato, yeah,
Banana ticks.
California potato ticks. So, and then next to them you got a picture of like the vet and two of the other characters holding a tick, and it says on the back of the box, "Mammoth mutant killer insects terrorize a Northern California campground in this horrific tale of ecological disaster from the director of Hellbound Hellraiser 2. A group of teenagers in a wilderness weekend encounter a swarm of giant, predatory wood ticks, mutated to terrifying proportions by growth steroids because they've been on the juice and dumped into the water table by ruthless marijuana farmers. As one by one, the Rangers begin to fall victim to the tick's deadly hallucinatory venom. A brutal forest blaze breaks out, trapping the panic-stricken teens in their cabin, surrounded by vicious insects on one side and the fire on the other. Their only hope for survival is to rely on each other if they can last that long. Its color is
that it?
in approximately 85 minutes, and it's rated R.
That gave away most of the movie.
Yeah, it pretty much did.
Yeah.
From 1994.
I feel like that's a good description, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's not...
Pretty solid.
It leaves a lot to the imagination. This movie was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, quite honestly. I mean, I knew this movie existed. We've seen trailers for it.
It definitely could have sucked.
Yeah, and I knew Clint Howard was in it, so obviously his scenes were going to be awesome.
Oh, they didn't even put him on the box.
Yeah, he's nowhere
Right?
to be found on this box except, like, during the little, like, you know, at the thing at the bottom where it says, like, all the
credits?
all the main credits that are really small font and, like, squished together. Clint Howard is literally the very last person on the cast list.
Womp womp.
Save the best for last.
That's
right.
right.
But, yeah, so during the opening credits, I saw Seth Green and Alfonso. I was like, oh my god, I had no idea they were even in this movie. Maybe they're probably in the trailers, but I just don't remember seeing them.
I actually had no idea that Alfonso Ribeiro was even in this movie until I opened up the package yesterday and looked at the back of the box.
Yeah.
And just saw
And
his
he's
name. And I was
playing
like, what? Crazy.
He's playing a hardcore thug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very believable.
Which is a lot different than Carlton.
Yeah.
Which is pretty nice to see him. But like, it's when he first like came in and he's like trying to like be really intimidating and everything, I kind of wasn't buying it just because I kept thinking like I could just only hear Carlton's voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think he pulled it off. Like eventually I accepted Carlton as a gang-banging thug from the streets.
After that first round of basketball.
Yeah.
Right? He didn't even play basketball. He just forced Seth Green to play basketball for no reason.
True. Who was very, very talented.
Yeah,
Seth
he's got a
Green's
good
dad
shot.
he just dropped Seth Green off in an abandoned parking lot
Under
and
under a
then-
bridge.
under a bridge,
And
and then Alfonso
graffiti
comes
in LA,
with his
right?
dog. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of abandoned bridges and
So
basketball courts here.
Before we get into the movie, just real quick, I want to go through the trailers.
Oh, yeah. So for some reason, even though this is a legit tape, when you hit rewind, it's like halfway through one trailer.
The first, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Yeah.
the first trailer. But we have, the first trailer is Scanner Cop. It's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
That looked really cool.
Yeah. And then Apex, which looked
That also,
really
that,
cool.
That looked like the same movie as Scanner Cop.
I am dying to see that. It reminds me a lot of. I know you guys haven't seen it yet, but I have this movie called Digital Man that reminded. It looked like a total ripoff of Digital Man, or maybe one of them's ripping off the other. I don't know, but
Maybe.
either way, I
This
love
one
that
is
kind
like
of
a
crap.
robot that goes back in time and it malfunctions and it's going to kill its creator back in time or something like that. It's awesome.
It looks great.
Looks cool. And then you had Night of the Demons 2.
Yeah. Just to give you guys a little fact here, I have a sticker on the side of this tape that it was from a video store called Video Review.
And now we're
Ooh.
reviewing the video.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's right.
Full circle.
So,
Crazy.
yeah, so the movie starts out with
Seth Green in an abandoned parking lot.
in the abandoned parking lot. That's right.
And Alfonso's got his trusty canine with him.
Named Brutus, and his name was Panic, because it's something that he never does.
That's so stupid.
Except later when he got shot.
And
Spoilers.
panics.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, he probably never got shot in the streets before. He's too tough.
I think
the bullets usually street bullets bounce off him, but hillbilly bullets go right through him.
Yeah.
I think
It's
he
a
Didn't
whole
have enough
different kind.
steroids on him.
he said something to Seth Green that was like, "Yo, I've killed as many men as girls have phoned you."
No,
So zero?
that he slept with.
That Seth Green slept with?
Isn't that what the line was? He's like, I've killed as many men as girls you've like boned.
I
Or
think
did he legit say phoned?
I want to say he said phoned, but he
I thought he said boned. That makes a lot more sense.
Well, either way,
instead
it
of like
means
you
either
talk to
because-
girls on the phone.
Well, either way, I mean, it would be the same thing because Seth Green's like a dweeb in this, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know.
But I feel like it would be more like because he could talk to his mom on the phone and secretaries at the dentist's office. And
I think
stuff.
he's referring to women's with a Z.
Oh, women's with a Z.
Yeah.
Yes, those ones.
Those, the classy ones.
Yeah, classy chicks. Babes.
Not secretaries at dentist offices. Those
Have
skanks.
to phone them a lot. Got a lot of cavities.
So, anywho, there's another Clint Howard movie.
There's a lot of Clint Howard movies.
That's
there's
called
plenty of
The
'em.
Dentist 2.
The Dentist 2. Is there a first Dentist movie?
There is, but I don't think Clint Howard's in it.
Oh.
I only know
think-
he's a number 2.
They're both great.
Let's
You
get
seen them?
Yeah, a while ago.
Oh, okay.
Let's write a movie for Clint Howard, but just call it a 2. Have it like
Clint Howard, the movie
Part
too.
2.
Yeah. Exactly. He'll be like, "What's the first one?" It's like, "No, this is the first one." Well, then why is it a 2?
Oh, that's stupid.
Twice as awesome.
That's like Leonard
That's
Part
right.
6 with Bill Cosby when there's only one.
I'm
Oh.
okay with that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what
Doesn't
that is.
matter then.
Whatever. Anyway,
Anywho, so
so all these other misfit kids get dropped off by their hateful parents in this abandoned parking lot as well. And there's the only other dude I remember like showing up with any sort of interesting entry is the Guido dude in his like convertible BMW or
oh yeah.
with his babe, with his women's with a Z.
I love that line that he said where he's like, "Yo, my girl's dad said he'd buy me a brand new car as long as I drove it to Mexico and never came back."
And he's like, "Do I look like I'm from Mexico?" And Seth Green was like, "Yeah, kinda."
He's very tan.
Very tan. He works on his tan constantly through this movie.
He's
Oh, yeah.
never wearing a shirt.
Nope.
Or
But he-
not a full shirt anyway. He never wears sleeves, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
He was wearing a vest
Yes.
with
Which
no
is-
undershirt.
Which is like a third of a shirt, really.
He looks like a shitty like Johnny Cage-esque fighting
yeah.
character from
Yeah,
some Mortal
he
Kombat
does.
knockoff.
His shirt, it's like a Duke Nukem red wife beater.
No, but he was wearing a vest, a leather vest with nothing
Oh,
underneath to
That's
start
right,
off
I
with.
forgot.
So he could show
He's
off
like-
his sweet abs. His abs to the ticks.
And then Peter Scolari,
Yeah.
is that his name? He shows
yeah.
up. And
He's the ringleader of this trip.
I still have no idea why these kids, like, who organized this, who decided to rendezvous in an abandoned parking lot, and what the purpose was of taking them out into the wilderness was. Because I thought they were all, like, part of some science class or something, and, like, the side of the van says some sort of wilderness bullshit, but all the kids don't know each other and they don't get along. And Peter Scolari is like, these fucking kids, like, he doesn't even want them there.
I think it's like some kind of like maybe it's like a court-ordered community service. Like all of them did something bad. And...
Like, what did Peter Scolari do to?
No.
to get these
He didn't do
kids?
it. No, him and the short-haired chick like run the program.
They
I
run the
think.
organization that takes care of.
Well, we know that
at-risk
Guido
kids.
man was in juvenile hall because he makes a joke about it.
From some of the context throughout the movie, which is a little hard to follow. It seems like they all have some sort of problem, so this could be like some sort of rehabilitation
Boys
thing.
and Girls Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
right.
Seth Green's character has like all these anxieties because his alcoholic dad left him out in the woods.
And again in an abandoned parking lot
Yep.
to go to the woods.
Alfonso's character,
He doesn't even have any parents. He was just there. He was just roaming the streets
with his wild dog.
I guess they were like, all right, you can come too.
One girl,
One girl's Peter Scolari's daughter.
yep, so she had to go. The other girl, who says nothing and looks down through 90% of the movie, said she got raped, and no one believed her.
I missed that part.
She mentioned it when they went fishing, and
as
that
one
was
does.
it. Because again, she did not talk through the whole movie. Then you have the Guido guy and his girlfriend, and he's a juvenile delinquent.
Did the mute girl die? Because I don't even really remember seeing her like survive or do anything after the fishing part.
No, her whole thing was she is good at fishing,
And then she disappears for the rest of the movie.
they used her when they were making. I'm gonna jump real far ahead to the end.
That's fine.
When they're escaping the cabin, and she uses
She ties the blankets together.
No, she uses the
pole?
fishing pole to get the tire swing so Seth Green can jump out the window and get the van.
Oh, it must have been buffering while while that part happened.
Yeah. She was introduced solely for that setup.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
So
there's a breakfast club of characters there.
Right, and none of them really do anything except for Alfonso, Seth Green, and the Guido kid. And his girlfriend, kind of. She gets attacked a lot.
Yeah.
But then they go to the campground, and, like, Guido kid's like, yo, Seth Green, make sure to save me a lot of closet space because I got a lot of sleeveless tanks to hang up. And then Seth Green sees a big greasy ball sack in the closet.
And he stabs it with a hanger, and a bunch of guts fall out.
Yeah, it was pretty gross.
Yeah.
The special effects in this movie are really good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed them a lot.
Practical special effects, you know?
Yeah.
We failed to mention Clint Howard's introduction, though.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And he
for
runs a
drug farm.
Yeah.
A marijuana drug farm.
Yeah.
A marijuana man farm.
With a Rube Goldberg machine, whatever.
That does nothing.
That does nothing except spew out some steroid thing onto ticks, and that's what's making him grow all big and nasty. And because he's growing
super weed.
the marijuana.
Basically, it was all Clint Howard's fault that this happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
He was
Clint
asking
Howard,
for it.
what were you thinking?
So not only did the ticks grow super big and crazy because of the steroids, which would increase their aggression and decrease the size of their balls, science, but it's also laced with THC, so whenever they bite someone, they hallucinate.
Oh, that's why they were hallucinating. Okay, that makes sense.
It doesn't, but yes, that's why they were hallucinating.
Well, you're right. I mean, it
Yeah.
makes more sense than hallucinating for no reason.
Right.
Now, here's a question.
Okay.
Now, okay, we're going to jump ahead again. You know, maybe I should save this for later. I'm going to save this for later. We'll
Okay.
get to this
All
later.
right.
Well, we've already jumped around.
Well, it's all right. I
doesn't
want
matter.
to save this stuff for later. So all right,
Okay.
we'll get into that.
So
All right.
that's how you
Find out about the backstory of the ticks.
yes. The ticks eat Clint Howard's gerbil, which is powering the whole machine on a wheel. It's very, very DIY. And
He checked Pinterest, how to grow drugs at home
yes.
with the gerbils.
Build this machine, inspired by the movie Ticks.
And it's funny how, like,
Pay 99 cents and download the instructions.
well, like, the whole thing is, like, Clint Howard's like working around his work shed and he's listening to like BBC radio talking about financial stuff in LA and he keeps and he keeps talking about like financial stuff. I don't know, I just thought that was weird.
Was that the
He's
segue?
like, I can get a 9% CD and I don't even have health care.
And meanwhile, he's working on a bear trap for some reason. Which is a bad idea when you don't have health care. Trust me.
Because he steps in the bear trap.
Yeah.
And he's trapped.
Why would he even have... I guess he's trying to protect his crop from the other mean drug dealers.
Wait a sec.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Remember when Alfonso tripped that alarm?
Yeah.
Was that Clint Howard's alarm?
Good point.
I guess so.
Setting up booby traps? They do not explain that at all.
No.
Well, because I feel like it is because we never saw the other guy's farm, right?
Right. But they never...
they have one.
The movie never really puts 2 and 2 together like that. But Clint Howard is setting traps.
Yeah.
With the bear trap. And then also there's these other things that get tripped later on. So it would seem like we're supposed to put that together. But really, there's no actual connection in the movie.
No. Well, that makes a lot of sense, though.
It does,
I think, I'm going with the theory that, yes, that was Clint Howard's booby trap.
Smart.
And propane tanks.
Yes, very, very smart.
That's a very Clint Howard thing that he would do, so it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, he's always setting traps one way or another.
Putting brains and eyes in the brickleberry and setting fire traps.
There would have been more if the gerbil had been powering the rest of the traps.
Right.
But he died.
Yes.
I wonder what his name was.
The gerbil's name? Or Clint Howard's name?
No, the gerbil's name.
The gerbil's name was probably...
Clint Howard, too.
Howie Jr.?
Hey, there also was... It said in the cast was Rance Howard. Did we see him? Did anyone figure out who he was?
Right.
No clue.
Is he another Howard brother?
Maybe he was the creepy, driftery gimp guy.
The hillbilly guy?
He's not even on the back of the box, so...
Maybe they misspelled Clint Howard.
And they just wrote that?
Yeah. They just
misspelled it with a completely different name.
What's your name? Yeah, something Howard. We'll fill it in.
But then a giant tick pops out of the rodent, and then I thought it was a face hugger because it looks exactly like one, and it jumps on Clint Howard, and then you think he's dead.
Well, he steps into his bear trap at the same time.
Right.
And all these little all the little egg sacs come down on him.
Yep. Ugh. They all look like gross balls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Unlike those pristine, shiny balls that we all know and love.
Of course.
ShinyBalls.com. This week's sponsor.
Tic Sacs.
Cheap plug.
So the kids...
Shiny nice balls. Cheap plug.
The teenagers and the other people get to the cabin and they're like, "Yo, where's my cable TV?"
No one wants to be there.
The place is a mess too.
Yeah, it's kind of a dump.
None of the kids want to be there. It's like
they're
forced to
go. It doesn't seem
go.
like the grown-ups want the kids there either.
Peter Scolari just wants to get the short-haired woman out in there because he was gonna fuck her.
Right? Yeah.
And then
she
the
wants
kids
that
had
sweet
to go
Peter Scolari dick.
Then the kids had to go and start a fire, and Peter Scolari had to get out of bed.
With gasoline.
Yeah.
They pour like a whole gallon of gasoline on the fire, which is not too far off from what Dane Train and I did a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Those kids,
it works great.
Those kids are from L.A., though, so they've never had to start a campfire.
They've only started building fires.
Yeah, exactly.
And hobo trash can fires.
Right, exactly.
So I have a. So what T-Man was talking about was I have a fire pit in my backyard, and I had the guys over, and so I'm trying to light this stupid thing, and obviously I don't know how the hell to light a fire.
Because you never went camping with Peter Scolari.
That's right. I never did. He didn't show me how to do it. Of course, I didn't douse the thing in gasoline.
Just a
Well,
little
no,
bit of
wait, we
gasoline.
did kinda.
We did, man. Yeah,
That's
why
right. Yeah, we did use some
we went
gasoline
into
to get
the-
started.
You should have waited for me. I can start fires.
Oh yeah, okay.
I wasn't there yet. I've started lots of fires. Campfires, that is.
We ended up roasting up
Legally, if you're asking.
some Easter peeps.
Oh, yeah.
peep mallows, and they was pretty good. They were nice and
Peeps
crunchy.
are a lot better when you burn them in a gasoline fire.
Yeah, they were pretty tasty.
The fumes just make it taste so much better.
That's probably it. Just the fumes went to my head, and I was like, "Wow, these
mention-
peeps taste great, and they're talking to me, and they're very friendly."
I was using wood that had like shellac on them because I had chopped up a
Right? We're probably gonna die
Yeah.
soon.
I chopped up an old desk that was in my basement that was left there from the previous tenant. So I just took my Sawzall, I zipped it, zipped through it with the Sawzall, and that's what I used for firewood. And of course, there's shellac on it, so we're all breathing that stuff in.
Perfect.
Yeah.
listen,
Kevin's
we don't
just
need
finding this out
nosing.
now. Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
What's that?
You're just finding this out now. Sorry.
That's all right. If it's not one thing, it's going to be another.
Hello, you're in L.A. Look at your skies, man.
You can't.
Yeah, there's too much smog. I can't look at the
That's
sky.
what I'm talking about.
I know.
You want to talk pollution?
I want to talk ticks.
Yeah, me too.
Let's
talk
get back
some
to
Where
ticks.
are we?
Ticks.
So
No one wants to be there. They're monstrous ticks. And
Oh, and then this Alfonso's dog escapes.
oh yeah,
Or
okay.
he runs out into the woods.
That part ruined the movie for me.
Well, before
Oh,
that,
no,
they're
I'm sorry.
cooking. They're having dinner. They're cooking burgers on a grill that's not even
yeah.
on. And,
And the burger that the lady's holding is like really burnt and gross looking. And then like Guido guy's like, these ain't half bad. And
I thought that was the sheriff. Oh yeah, sorry.
Right,
yes.
but- so that
No, the sheriff. The sheriff comes up and he's like, "Yep, you got to look out for that marijuana." Oh, I'll have a burger, and then he looks at it and he's like, "No, thanks."
That was the next morning when
Goodbye.
they were cooking breakfast. They had burnt up pancakes.
oh yeah, they
maybe
were
that
all
was it.
And
gross
she's like
looking.
smacking them with the spatula.
Yeah, she
I know how
just
much
like
you boys like 'em
flops the
sloppy.
pancake over and it like splooges all over the place, and she presses it as if it is a hamburger.
And,
then
then
when
meet,
they're
like,
cooking
those- what?
what?
I was gonna say they next thing you know, these like real wackadoos show up. One of them's name is Sir, and the other one who's like acts like he's all proper, like some neckbeard weirdo on Reddit, and then the other one is just like
What?
this like hillbilly guy from Deliverance. You know,
Yeah.
I forgot the hell.
And
What was
he's
his
really
name?
No clue.
No clue.
I have no
Gimpy.
idea. Hillbilly
Gimpy?
guy.
Or I gotta call him hillbilly guy from now on.
But he treats him like his slave. The guy, the like more proper gentlemanly drug trafficker,
Let's just call him the Colonel.
the colonel.
The
Colonel.
The Colonel
treats-
and Gimpy,
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
because it's
Because he was
essentially-
basically the colonel's gimp.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
he treats him like a sex slave.
Yep.
He makes him call him sir.
And they
And
keep making
it's
lots of
very
references
uncomfortable.
to wanting to take the men and having sex with them.
That's true.
Ooh.
Yes, making sex.
Yeah, but then they warn them about the drug dealers too. But they are the drug dealers. Dun, dun,
They're
dun.
the other drug dealers.
Their whole thing,
Right.
like, I just never understood where they're just these creepy guys that come up and say, "Hey, watch out for the people making marijuana," and then later on, they're just like, "Hey, Alfonso Ribeiro, we're gonna beat you up because we're suddenly bad guys." I don't understand them. I don't.
You want to steal our
Well-
marijuana?
Is that what the whole thing was?
Racial
They
profiling.
thought that they were gonna steal marijuana.
Yeah.
Well, I think the initial contact was them saying like, "Hey, don't wander off into the woods, or else you'll be in trouble because you'll fall into bear traps." And you know what I mean? Like they didn't want them to discover their marijuana farm.
Oh, okay.
Makes
So,
sense.
and then maybe when they saw Alfonso, they thought that he was infiltrating the premises to take over their marijuana operation.
I gotcha.
He was really just
Even though
trying
he was
to-
dead and on the ground,
Yes.
which
from
these
ticks.
guys had no reason to do anything that they did.
Was he hallucinating at that point? He might have been. He did
maybe.
at one point. I don't know.
Oh, which I thought was kind of weird because like he's hallucinating as if he's in
And
some
it's
barn
nighttime.
at night.
Yeah.
And there's like some weird little fire pit next to him, and then the same guys come in, and then it just cut to them like kicking the shit out of him on the ground during the day.
Yeah, all the
and that was it.
hallucinations are dumb.
That didn't make any sense.
No.
Yeah, I
not
wish
at
we
all.
got to see the dog hallucinate.
Could you
That
imagine?
might have been cool.
Weird.
Like he hallucinates another big titty poodle.
All in black and white.
He's trying to get with those big old tickies.
Well, it's weird how like all the other people just see dead people when they hallucinate.
Right.
Weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, so unfortunately the dog gets eaten by ticks, and he's like convulsing on the ground, and then Alfonso finds him, and brings him back to the camp, right?
yeah. Peter Scolari, Seth Green, and no, it was just those two.
There's
Just
just
those two.
those two. They go to the
Take 'em to the
veterinarian.
vet, and that's when they discover the mutant ticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
chase it
also-
outside the
all
dog.
around the office.
Before that, the Alfonso they're like, we'll take him to the vet in the morning, but later that night, Alfonso runs away, so that he's away from. He's trying to get back to Los Angeles.
Right.
So he's gone while they take the dog to the vet, and they drive right by him when they're supposedly looking for him, even though he's hiding behind a bunch of rocks.
Yeah, which is so dumb because
And
he says something and emerges from behind all these rocks, and he's like, "They're not even looking for me." It's like, yeah, they're driving by.
because
They're-
you're behind a giant boulder.
Yeah, exactly. They're not exactly gonna stop and check behind every rock.
Yeah, the
Do you know how many
veterinarian
rocks there
part.
are?
There's so many rocks, dude.
Yeah, so many rocks.
So many rocks.
Rock City.
everywhere.
The
I see rocks every day. It's crazy.
more of a stone man.
Yeah.
But anyway, the tick in the vet's office was one of my favorite parts of the movie, I think.
Oh yeah, I thought that these
Right?
special effects of that thing like just friggin' hobbling
Crawling
around
around.
with like a syringe sticking out of it. I thought that was great.
Yeah. Oh, and she like the vet like sticks a syringe to take a blood sample, and there's no blood, but then she like sticks the tick, which is under the dog's skin, and she like draws blood, and then it goes and like sucks the blood back in. Like the tick's like, no, this blood's for me, not for you. And then he explodes out of the dog. And then the vet's all of a sudden knows, like, oh, these ticks are on steroids because I smell this goop in the dog's body and blah, 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 blah. And she gives this weird exposition of why the ticks are gigantic. How do they kill it?
They squish it.
Do they just step on it?
Yeah, I remember she's like, when in doubt, squish.
Right. Which is contrary to the beginning of the movie where Seth Green finds a tick on the dog, I think, like a normal sized tick.
Right.
And then uses Alfonso's lighter to burn it up. And then Seth Green's like, you can't squish ticks. So
They're
you
really
have
hard to
burn them.
squish, so you have to, you have to burn
Right,
them.
yeah. But then the rest of the movie, they're squishing giant ticks, which one would think would be harder to do.
They're not just squishing them; they're like throwing them up against the wall. And they're
Yeah.
pounding them with
they're
their
shoot-
fists.
Yeah,
they're,
there's
they're
ticks
made of
exploding all over the
firecrackers
place.
because if you hit them with something hard enough or throw them against something hard enough, they explode.
Well, like
Same
In
thing if
jelly.
you expose them to just a little bit of fire.
you know, the funny thing
Right?
is, like, I know, like in real life, if you got a pet that has a tick and you get them with the tweezers, yeah, you take the lighter and they kind of pop.
Ugh,
And-
do they?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I remember we used to go to. I remember if you were there, we used to go to Tom Ward's house, and when we
Yeah.
were kids, and his dad would like take a lighter to him, taking the ticks off the dog, and I always remember that. And it's weird how like in this movie, it's like if ticks get even the slightest, ever so tap of content to a flame, bam, they freaking blow up.
I'm fine with that because it looks fucking cool.
Yeah, they're just a little wee. It's great.
What do they
I
call
would-
it?
that's
Blood
the only thing
squibs or
this movie
whatever?
was
It's like-
missing.
yeah.
Yeah.
If the ticks could talk, then this movie would be a thousand times better.
That would,
Imagine a mix between Gremlins 2 and ticks.
Suddenly
Right?
we had bat ticks
Yeah.
and smart ticks,
Electricity
and
ticks.
electricity ticks,
Vegetable ticks.
And chicks with ticks.
chicks. Oh yeah. So all right, this is kind of going off of that thing. Where
Cheap
I was kinda talking
plug.
about, like, all right, so let's say obviously the ticks are big because of this chemical, this like
Steroids.
this
This
steroid, right?
chemical.
Yeah. So they make ticks really big. What happens when you expose ticks to other kinds of things, right? I mean, that's what I'm talking about. It's like
blueberry
Gamma
cream pies.
radiation.
I mean, like, instead of steroids, what if? I don't know, anything else? What if
Heroin.
Like
any
Tylenol PM.
or like
NyQuil.
Viagra, or NyQuil, or whatever. I mean, what
Ticks
if you
with dicks.
I mean, what if you expose them to any other kind of chemical or something like that? What would happen to them?
Vicodin.
Right?
I don't know. We're gonna have to wait for the sequel.
Yeah, ticks too. Or are they gonna?
Keep ticking.
Yeah, if they did make a sequel, yeah, what do they call it? Two ticks,
TikTok.
TikTok, tick two.
Time's running
2
out.
ticks, 1 cup.
Oh.
It's a shitty movie.
From tick to mouth.
Oh.
I mean, no, that doesn't make
Oh,
sense.
tick to mouth.
I mean, what?
Ticks in the butthole.
Anywho,
Where were we?
so anywho,
While Peter Scolari and Seth Green are at the vet, the other kids go fishing, and they find the sheriff dead in the pond, and the cop car
And this is
hidden.
the only time that weird girl talks,
Yes.
which is pointless. So
Yes.
continue. Nothing happens.
Right. The Guido guy and his girlfriend find Clint Howard's house. Excuse me.
Whoa.
Clint Howard's house.
that's my job.
The
And Clint Howard's still alive. We thought he was dead.
somehow, yeah, he's infested with ticks under his skin.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's blinded. He's like, I can't see. And he's holding a gun. He's like, shoot me. And he falls on her, and ticks explode out of his face onto the girl.
Yeah. So now she has PTSD.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
If she wasn't troubled enough.
Well, then she keeps seeing visions of Clint Howard. Man, I wish
Yeah.
I got visions of Clint Howard.
Like that?
Every time I
every
close
time.
my eyes, man.
Yep.
Every time I close my eyes.
I wish I just saw a mutated Clint Howard in front of me going,
Kill me.
You're like, no, Clint Howard. No, I love you.
Never.
I was kind of disappointed because there's at one point where Clint Howard is finally on the ground dying after the thing burst out of his cheek. And
Yep.
and you hear the gun click, and I'm thinking he's finally got enough strength to blow his brains out. So you see this crazy gory special effect shot of Clint Howard's head blowing up, but no, he just dies. So I was pretty disappointed. I wanted to see blam, kablamo.
Well, I
Clint
mean,
Howard's
a lot of ticks
intact.
bursted out of him.
Yeah,
it
but
bursted out of
sure.
his face onto that girl. Half of his face was already gone. I mean,
I know.
Yeah.
you wanted his entire head to explode?
I don't know how he's still alive because he's got a bear trap on his leg. He shot his leg
Because
a couple
he's
of times.
got the steroids in his system, too.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's keeping
And
him a
the
ticking.
THC.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
thought that the blood loss would have
Alfonso
done it.
gets
Alfonso should have died
yeah, but he
way
didn't
sooner.
because he had
No.
steroids too.
Yeah, and he was shot and everything.
Yeah.
He shot. He had an open wound on his leg from a tick. And
Yeah, the
he
tick crawls
crawled
up his
back-
pants.
Yeah, he crawled back to the cabin later on.
Yeah,
then
that's
dies
a
in
long
the
way
cabin.
to crawl back, huh? He was gone all night
Yeah,
walking, and then meanwhile he has a tick wound on his leg, and he's also been shot, and he can make it back to the cabin in time
steroids,
I mean,
man.
who knows how long
without
how
encountering
juice.
any other
Yes.
ticks.
He's taking the juice. Who knows how far away from the cabin he was too? I mean, he had already been walking for a day straight.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Who knows?
Could have been miles and miles, and he had to drag his shot up, torsoed, juiced up body to the cabin.
Okay, so all the shit's going down now. All the
Oh, so that's the
girl
other
and
thing-
the boyfriend make it back to the cabin,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
Now Alfonso meets up with
The Colonel and Gimpy?
With Colonel and Gimpy, where they're just like, hey, we're going to fuck you in the butt. And he's like, hell no. And he pulls out a knife, hits one of them in the leg. And then Alfonso, like, he hits some booby trap, and there just happens to be some propane tanks. Out in the middle of the woods. So Captain what's-his-face shoots with a shotgun the propane tanks, which blow up and set the forest ablaze.
The entire forest on fire.
So now we've got two dangers going on
A
here,
whole
not
bunch
just
of
one.
pot. Just
Do you
up
think
in flames?
there was like
in smoke.
pot smoke in the air? Like they
so much.
Big time.
like hot boxed the entire woods, and
I'm
now
sure
everyone's high.
I'm sure the whole state of Southern California must have got a whiff of that.
I would not be surprised.
No.
Probably.
That's what all the
They were
smog is
in
outside
Northern
your window
California.
right now.
It smells like pot everywhere you go here.
I believe it.
So now they're all in the cabin except for Alfonso's not there yet. And Gimpy and Captain Ron, or whatever his name was, burst into the cabin and like start threatening everybody, and ticks are flying all over the place. They're punching them and kicking them and
because
squishing them.
Because the forest fire is drawing them all towards the cabin.
Right, yeah.
Plot device. Because everywhere is on fire except the cabin.
Pretty much, yeah. They're surrounded by a circle of flames.
Yeah.
Because that's how fire works.
Which is kind of weird because they're like, oh, God, we got to take the van out of here. But I'm like, what if the roads have, like, fallen trees ablaze in them? How are you going to – there's no road. You know what I'm saying? It's like if everything's on fire.
Well, what do you want them to do?
No.
What would you do? Dane, what would your plan be in this situation? I want to know.
Get the fuck out of there.
I wouldn't
Give
know
us
what to
the
do.
evacuation plan.
I
You
would
wouldn't
not-
take the van?
I would – well, I mean, but where, though? Because I'm thinking, like, how is there even a road to get out of there if the entire forest is
Everything's
ablaze?
on fire except for the road.
Oh, then I'd book it out of there. Hit the gas.
They're like, we're in a movie. There's got to be a road that's not on fire somewhere.
It's just like in any movie where there's like a space battle or something blows up with a plane, is they always make it out before the explosion.
That's true.
Like Independence Day or
Stealth.
Yeah. Or I'm assuming Battleship. That seems like maybe
Probably.
I don't know.
Movie a battleship with the aliens?
No, there's
There's
no
aliens in that?
I thought that there were aliens.
I thought that was
in the
robots.
Battleship movie.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking
I don't
about?
think
The
so. I
one
think
that's
you're
got,
thinking of
Liam
Pacific
Neeson?
Rim.
No, I'm thinking. No, there was like this really shitty one that came out that was called.
Based off the board game.
Yeah, didn't it have
Liam Neeson was
I
in
heard that
that.
was
Liam
good.
Neeson. I thought there were aliens in that.
Maybe. I didn't see it.
I don't know.
when
I'm
the-
gonna
I
watch.
would
There's
just
aliens
assume.
in it.
Doesn't
I'm
matter.
watching it right now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Just like Titanic and the explosion.
Oh yeah, exploding.
Yeah.
The
Right.
aliens.
So, anywho, I didn't see
Aliens
that
sunk the
to tape
Titanic.
Titanic at the Savers.
Yeah.
But
That's the good version.
so Alfonso comes in and they
he's
find
like knocking on the door, and they don't want to let him in because they know that it's Alfonso.
Yeah.
And they shot them, so he'll reveal their evil deeds.
Right.
And the
But they
captain
let him
keeps
in.
combing his hair back with like a switchblade comb, like he's Fonzie, but
Yeah.
he's like 60 years old.
and he's always like, disband your keys and hand them to me. It's just like
yeah,
the
he
whole
talks
time
like he's in some
Shakespeare.
shitty Shakespeare play, right? He's
So
doing
me and my
Shakespeare in
gimp
the park.
can get
That's
out of
probably
here
what
and
he was doing there.
shag in your back seat.
Ugh.
So then they
what he
bring
wants
in
to do.
Alfonso, and he's freaking out just like the dog was.
Right, and he dies. He's got like
Yeah.
a crazy, like poltergeisty, like he's getting thrown about the room for no
Right.
reason.
Yeah. The ticks, like, I guess their legs like spurt from his back, and they crawl his body around. His
Well,
dead body's
just
like moving
one
around.
super
like a
mega
Roomba.
tick because Alfonso was on steroids, so the
Big
tick
time.
that got in his body took even more steroids.
Turned into a super tick.
Yeah.
Right. That part was awesome too. I was not expecting super
Well,
tick.
the funny thing too is if you notice, like the parts where Alfonso's body's getting thrown around the room, you can clearly see a nice big black string pulling him around on the floor the whole time.
I prefer it that way.
Yeah.
I suppose so
Makes
too.
it better.
Yeah, I like the cheese. And so then, so not to mention like friggin' Reddit neckbeard guys all like,
Gimpy?
yeah, Captain's like,
Captain and Tennille.
he's like, I've got a shotgun and I'll shoot all of ye unless ye give me the van keys. And he friggin'
And then they just play hot potato with the van keys. For
yeah.
He's like, give
a
me the
good minute.
keys. Hey, Gimpy, go get the car.
Well, he
"No, I
throws
don't wanna
them
give
back
you
to
car."
the lady. He's like, lady, give me the keys. And then he's like, you're driving the van, lady. And he throws the keys back to her.
Yeah, it's weird.
So then Peter Scolari gets shot in the ass.
Did you just say penis Scolari?
Peter Scolari.
Peter.
He gets
takes it in the ass.
He gets shot in one of his ass cheeks. It looks either that or his leg, and so
He gets a new butthole.
He gets a new butthole, but then like the rest of the movie, he's walking okay, even though he's got a big shotgun blast in his ass. So
They get the first aid kit very quickly.
oh, it's like right there, and they're
Yeah.
able to package him up real easy, and he's like, "Let go of my daughter, you son of a bitch!" I mean, if I just got shot in the ass, I don't even know what I would think.
Adrenaline.
Yeah, I
More
guess.
steroids.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like that's how Alfonso got to the camp because of his boost in adrenaline.
I think this whole movie's all about steroids. This is an anti-steroid propaganda movie. Of course, that's what this is.
It would have
Lay
been
off-
regular
Oh, there
sized
was a poster at the beginning of the movie in like the sheriff office or something that said marijuana, the killer of teenagers or something
yeah,
like
the
that.
killer of their youth or something like that, right?
Yeah.
It's still hanging there from 1945.
Yeah.
So everything's on fire. Gimpy goes out to get the van, but when he gets in the van, he gets bit by a tick in the back of the neck, which forces him to hallucinate
die.
and decides
He sees
to
the sheriff,
drive the
right?
van directly at the captain, the colonel, whatever, the guy with the shotgun, who he is seeing
Madly
as
in
the
love with.
dead sheriff, probably alluding to they killed the
That
sheriff.
they murdered the sheriff. Yeah.
Right. They crash through the cabin, and then Seth Green has to use a tire swing to swing around the cabin, get in, drive the van around, and everyone get out safely. Meanwhile, Alfonso is turning into ultra mecha super tick and attacking.
It like splits his head
captain.
in half.
Yeah, just his body is just like torn apart.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, some good special effects.
Yes. So the captain guy is dead, and then they all have to get out of the window because they all went into some room upstairs because this cabin has an upstairs for
Right?
whatever reason.
That we've
So weird,
never
'cause
seen.
From the outside, it looks like a little teeny little like, one story cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've only
And-
seen one room in the cabin other than them magically going upstairs.
Yeah.
Right. Which is weird because when everyone arrives at the campsite, they have like bunks. Like
Oh yeah, we
Like
do see
camp.
that.
so like the
we
boys
don't
have
know
a
where that
little
is.
cabin and the girls have a little cabin, then there's like a big cabin where Peter Scolari and the short-haired woman fuck.
And then
That's
there's Cheeseball's cabin where he tries to look at the titties of the
Spying on the girls in the shower.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
so
They get the van and fight off Super Mega Tick with fire, and that explodes, and they get away safely.
it all comes down to how do you fight? How do you destroy Super Tick?
with a broom on fire.
On fire.
Yeah,
that you just
a
stick in its
broom
mouth.
barely on fire.
And it's interesting because and that's pretty much it. They get back to Los Angeles and
They dump the car.
They dump the car.
There's a super tick on the bottom, or just a
No, a tick
mutated
ball
tick.
sack.
Tick
yeah,
ball
tick
sack.
ball sack.
And
Yeah.
that's
Which
the end of Ticks.
Probably, probably wouldn't be too bad. Someone would kill it, and it's just one.
I bet you. It's funny.
We don't know. There could be more.
Maybe.
What if they
Only one fell off.
what if they made it where it was a thing where it's like, what if it made it to New York? Like, what if they made Ticks 2 in New York? And
they'd have to drive that van all the way to New York.
Well,
Everyone would just be pissed off and like, get the fuck out of here, you
that's
ticks.
what I'm saying. I figure people be like, yo, this ain't nothing to New York cockroaches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They just send their chuds after.
just
ticks.
in the chuds.
Just look at Jason Takes Manhattan, and everyone's like, who's this hockey mask guy on the subway? Oh, machete? I'm just going to move to the next
just
car.
Smash
No
in
big
my
deal.
boombox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like when they see the Ninja Turtles and like, yo, what was that? They're like, yo, I think it was some big green turtle. Oh, yeah, no, whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm a New Yorker. Fuck everything. Fuck you. I hate everything. So, you know, like, I think if they were to make a sequel, that's where the movie's got to take place.
Ticks in New York.
Ticks in New York.
Ticks take a bite of the Big Apple.
Ticks 2, Lost in New York.
This tick stole my credit card.
We did it again.
Credit card. You got it. That's
Clint Howard,
Ticks.
you got it.
He uses his tick boy.
That's Ticks. Everyone
recorder.
survives except for Alfonso and the two.
Literally, they were the only ones
other
to die,
guys.
right? Because I thought it was going to be
And
like
the sheriff's dead.
Well, I thought it was going to be
Yeah,
like one of your
but he got
typical horror
murdered.
movies where literally everybody dies except for like one or two people.
Right.
But no.
Like it would
Yeah.
come down to the guy and the girl, because like Peter Scolari, I thought he was going to sacrifice himself. He gets shot. I thought he was
Yeah.
going to. That was
Yeah.
it.
At the end, I thought that the machismo teenager was going to die when the super tick got him, but no, he's okay.
Right, I thought he should have died because he would be probably the easiest character to kill off because we kind of like him, but he seems expendable, you know?
Yeah. Also, fuck him.
Yeah, he's kind
he
of
was
douchey.
a total dingleberry the whole movie.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So that's Ticks.
Yeah. Ticks.
So, what do you got for us, Kev Bot?
All right. This movie was made in 1993, but came out in 94. It's rated R. You already did this stuff. Horror, sci-fi, hour and 25 minutes. Let's see. Director Tony Randar? Something like that.
That was totally Randall.
Tony Randall.
Yep. I just can't read my writing.
Randar.
Illiterate
Tony Randar
and,
from
can't
Planet
write.
X.
So he wrote and produced the American version of Godzilla 1985, which is kind of cool.
Oh, wow.
He directed
He's got some good shit under his belt.
Children of the Night, Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, and like some TV stuff. I think he did directed like a couple Twilight Zone episodes, like
cool.
the newer one and all that stuff. The original screenplay was written by the special
Was based on an idea.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
By
Well, the
some
special
random
effects
dude.
coordinator, Doug Beswick, wrote the original screenplay 20 years earlier called Cycle of Blood.
Whoa, that's a cool name.
But the actual this one was written by Brendan Friedman, who also wrote such movies as American Cyborg, Hellbound,
Yeah.
Oh,
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yes.
Oh.
Prehistoria 2 and 3.
No
sweet,
way.
This movie's awesome.
This guy's great.
Magic Island.
Oh shit! No
Okay,
fucking
what
way.
the fuck is that?
Holy fuck! That movie's
What is
awesome. and
Magic
it's really
Island?
fucking expensive and hard to find. It's a shitty like full moon kid movie that's got not Jonathan Taylor Thomas, but the oldest brother in the
Oh, yeah.
in Home Improvement,
Yeah.
and he fights fucking French Stewart, who's like some shitty pirate. And they're like after pizza or some shit like that. I remember it used to be on like HBO when I was a kid.
And
Oh.
he also wrote a movie called Pet Shop.
That
Oh,
sounds
I've
wicked
seen Pet
familiar.
Shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a full moon movie too. One of the
Yeah.
kids' full
Oh,
moon movies.
yeah.
It seems like he did like kind of horror-y movies, and then he moved over to like kids movies.
Kids movies.
Hey,
I
that's a
tried to
good
find
cycle.
Pet Shop. I was like, oh, I remember watching Pet Shop and loving it as a kid. So I like tried to YouTube some clips from it. And I was like, oh my god, this movie does not hold up. It's like some like crappy sock puppets that rolled around in dust and were spray
And
painted
you
blue.
didn't get this? Why?
Well, maybe someday.
Now I'm gonna have to
Maybe
find it, and
someday.
we're gonna watch it.
Oh, I definitely watch it again.
All right.
Nice. So this movie was shot in 5 weeks.
Nice.
There's 4 minutes of footage that was shot and completed But
I feel like there's 100 or
Was-
there's 85 minutes of footage that was shot and completed.
but was cut from the movie and never released.
oh,
why.
it's very mysterious.
Maybe that was the
So-
part that like had some boobies in it, and then the actresses were like, "I don't want to show my boobies anymore."
I don't know,
So it was
maybe.
maybe
It's
four
just
minutes.
ticks sucking on their nipples.
Yeah, maybe. That's about it. Yeah, Seth
Awesome.
Green's in it. Peter Scolari, Alfonso,
Ribeiro.
Ribeiro. Some good talent here.
Yeah,
It's really good.
Totally.
it's
Yeah.
good, some good stuff.
You can find this on Amazon, the VHS copy, as low as $10.99 plus shipping.
Or best offer on eBay.
yes,
That's right.
From
or
random
best
dude.
offer on eBay.
Undisclosed amount.
Yep. And
I paid less than that. I'll tell you that right now.
and eBay completed listings for the VHS copy was $9.99 plus shipping.
All right.
Was that your listing, Dane?
No,
You can't
no,
tell
I
us.
I paid less than that as well.
You paid less than 1 penny less than 10.
I paid less than $10.99 plus shipping.
Okay.
I mean $9.99 plus shipping.
Yeah.
Anywho,
So, what were you gonna say?
nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get to the.
I was just saying so.
Yeah. Let's guess the ratings.
Ooh, okay, let's do it.
All right. So Amazon is a 5-star rating system. What do you guys think? The VHS copy. I didn't. Well, I searched specifically for Tick VHS.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a DVD copy, but who cares?
Yeah,
I'm
or even
guessing-
Blu-ray. Who cares?
Yeah. So Tick the VHS copy. What do you think?
5 out of 5.
I was
Topher
gonna
says
say
5 out of 5.
I'm gonna say 4.8 out of 5.
Dane says 4.8. It's a 4.3.
What? Come on now. Who's Dingleberry's lowballing this?
Yeah.
Who gave it 0.5 less points than I
on.
imagined it to
Come
be?
on.
Now, IMDb, which is the 10-star rating. What do you think that is?
Ooh.
I'm going to say probably a 3.
8.8 out of 10.
Dean
Oh,
says
wow.
0.8.
The room's divided.
No, 8.8 out of 10.
8.8
4
out of 10.
fried chickens and a Coke. All right?
8.8 out of 10. It was a 5.4 out of 10.
In the middle of the road.
Split the difference.
Yep.
That's pretty good for IMDb.
That's all right.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, why not?
Sure. Okay, guys. So now it's our turn.
What's it going to be?
Let's start with Topher.
Ah!
How many blood-sucking ticks, big floppy ticks, out of 10 would you give it?
I give
Big
this
killer
movie 8 big floppy ticks.
8. Good, even number. Dane
Yeah.
Train.
I give ticks a total of 9.9
Jesus
throbbing
Christ.
blood-filled ticks out of 10.
9.9. What's the point 1 that
9.9.
separates this from being the perfect movie?
Well, I didn't quite. Some of the storyline elements didn't quite work out for me.
Okay.
That's it. I give it 0.01 off. Other than that, I thought this movie was fucking great. I love all the tick
The
effects.
TikTok.
The tick effects were awesome. Clint Howard obviously adds 8 points to any movie that I watch.
8 points. So this would have been a 2.9
Yeah, if Clint Howard wasn't in it, it'd be another story.
or
But,
1.9.
I'll put it like this: if
we just watched the trailer and it was just a picture of Clint Howard, you would have automatically given this an 8?
yeah.
Okay.
Now, if Rockula had Clint Howard in it, I would have given it. What did I give that movie?
You
8?
gave it an 8.
Oh, I would have given it.
Oh, my
I
God.
would have given it a 10.
A 16.
Wow.
Yeah, if it had Clint in it, it would have been
Crazy.
the best.
Crazy.
God, Rockula suck, dude.
Yeah.
Kevbot, what do you rate? How many big floppy ticks?
I told you guys in when this happened that this was the biggest killer of the movie for me. I'm going to give this movie a 3 out of 10. Yeah, you guys can hate me. It's okay. But it's a big thing. I hate this in movies just because I'm weird like that. The dog dies. Yeah. And it wasn't like an off-screen, like the dog, like, I don't know. That's just a big thing for me. The movie was really good. The effects were really good. Who cares about the acting? A lot of blood, but the dog thing was just too graphic for me. Yeah, that's a big deal breaker for me. Yeah.
What about Old Yeller?
Yeah, no.
Did you see John Wick? They killed a dog in that. Will you give that movie like a?
But the movie's it's about him revenging the dog. Yeah. Avenging
well,
the
they
dog.
revenge the dog by firing up
killing
all these
the ticks.
By punching those ticks.
This wasn't like John Wick though.
Yeah. Okay.
This was like pretty graphic and. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
We didn't even watch the credits to see no animals were harmed in this.
Did you see The Thing?
Yeah.
What do you think about that movie?
I didn't care for it.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, geez, I guess I'm going to have to skip that one.
Tough room.
On the VHS Bandits podcast.
Sorry.
That
so
could
be a big thing where people don't, a lot of our listeners may not agree, but that's a big thing for me.
I fully
If
understand.
there was,
Dane
if the dog
loves-
survived...
What's
what
that?
would you, if the dog survived, what would you hypothetically give this movie?
I'd probably give it an 8.
Okay.
An 8 out of 10.
If they had deleted
That
that dog
dog's-
scene entirely, it would have been an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, if that was the 4 minutes, that
or
was
if
not
he
in
died
there.
off camera, would that be okay too?
Yep. If they're
Okay.
just like, oh no, they got the dog, and you never see the dog.
Yeah. You just don't like seeing it happen.
I think I'm going to have to re-edit. I'm going to digitize the movie on my computer, go into Premiere Pro, and I'm going to edit out the dog. I'm going to put like a PNG of Clint Howard's body in its place. So when they're going to get the dog's blood and they pull out the tick, I'll just put Clint Howard in there instead.
That's great.
What if you did this instead? For every tick in there, you just put Clint Howard's face going.
Little Clint Howard's bursting out of Clint Howard's own face.
Why don't they just call the movie Clint Howard's?
Clint Howard. Ticks 2, Revenge of Clint Howard.
You know what? I think I might just have to Photoshop a box of that.
That would be awesome.
All right, guys. It'll be done.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Jesus. Anywho.
I think that is going to do it for this episode.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So if you guys haven't done this already, you can follow us on Twitter at the VHS Bandits. You can follow us on Instagram at VHS Bandits. We just did a live stream for this, and you probably saw the pictures that, we were doing this movie. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/the VHS Bandits. Email us if you have anything to say to us, really. The VHS Bandits at gmail.com. We're on YouTube. Just search VHS Bandits Podcast, and you'll see a lot of our extra videos and all that kinds of stuff. We have t-shirts on Zazzle, and we're also part of the Podtron Network. So definitely check that out, and lots of other awesome podcasts.
That's right.
Yeah. You guys have anything to do a cheap plug real quick?
No.
I got a ton, but I think I need to save them. I gotta make a list for next time. So we'll do some next time, okay?
Perfect.
Plus we're just about out of time, so
yeah.
we got
Cheap plug for nothing.
We got a juice.
No juice. That's the moral of the story.
Lay
We're
off the
we're
juice.
getting the
Lay it off the juice.
Yeah, exactly. So awesome, cool.
All right.
What a good time, guys.
What's up, guys?
We are friends. Hey, thanks for listening. I'm the Kevbot.
This is Dane Train.
This is Topher Hansen.
Thank you for listening, and be kind and rewind.
Hey guys, I'm Paul Combs.
And I'm Joseph Collins.
And we're the host of the CNC Geekcast.
The only podcast where two guys with speech impediments talk about movies.
We talk about old movies, we talk about new movies, and kind of everything in between.
Is there anything we don't cover?
Nope.
Oh my goodness, this is an incredible show. Where can they find us?
CNCGeekcast.podbean.com, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and everywhere else podcasts are found.
Is there a place we're not located on?
No.
Okay, is there a specific day we come on?
Every Tuesday.
Oh my goodness, I should have known all this.
You should have.
So join us on the CNC Geekcast.
Podtron. This podcast is part of the Podtron Podcast Network. For more, visit podtron.wordpress.com and Podtron Network on Twitter and Facebook.